Hi dear friends, here in this module I'll be discussing about configuring Cisco router as a DHCP server, configuring NTP on a Cisco router. I'll talk a little bit of mapping host names to IP addresses. Let's start with configuring Cisco router as DHCP server. Here in this diagram, DHCP clients send DHCP requests to the Cisco router, which is connected to a Cisco switch, which thereby is connected to a file server. Now what is DHCP? DHCP, or Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, is an application layer protocol that are used to assign various network parameters such as IP addresses, subnet masks, DNS servers, and so on to devices on a TCP/IP network. DHCP consists of a client-server architecture. Client makes requests to a server, and DHCP server then assigns various network parameters to the client. A Cisco router can be configured as a DHCP server using the following steps. IP addresses can be excluded from being assigned by DHCP server using IP space DHCP space excluded space first underscore IP and a space last underscore IP. A new DHCP pool can be created by using the command IP DHCP pool and then the name. Defining subnet to IP addresses with network using the command network space subnet underscore mask. Now with command default router IP, we can use the following command default-IP space router. Defining DNS server using DNS server space IP space command. Configuring Cisco router on a DHCP server. First we can see the hostname is set to F1, then F1 config hash IP space DHCP space excluded dash address space 192.168.0.1 space 192.168.1.50. Then F1 config hash IP space DHCP space pool, then F1 space DHCP. F1 DHCP dash config network, then 192.168.0.0, then space 255.255.255.0. Then F1 DHCP dash config hash default dash router and space 192.168.0.1. And F1 DHCP-config hash and DNS server space 192.168.0.1 and F1 hash show space IP space DHCP space binding F1 hash show space IP space DHCP space pool. Now let's come to configuring NTP on a Cisco router. Here in the diagram we can see a time-based firewall is configured in the router, which allows the users to log in the server only between 8 AM to 8 PM. There is a switch which is connected to 3 computers and a server. Now what is NTP? NTP, or Network Time Protocol, is an application layer protocol used for synchronizing time on a TCP/IP network. The main working of NTP is to maintain proper time and avoid any difference in time on the devices in the same network, because even the slightest of time difference can cause a lot of problems. It includes a client-server architecture with one host being configured as one client server and the other host being configured as NTP clients. To configure Cisco router as NTP client, we use the command NTP space server space IP address. Now here again we can see the hostname set as F1, then F1 config hash NTP space server space 192.168.1.5. Now to verify the status of NTP, we can write the command F1 config hash and show space NTP space status. Now to configure Cisco router as NTP server, we write just one command F1 config hash NTP master. Now we come to mapping host names to IP addresses. Defining and mapping static host names to IP addresses can be used for providing name resolution. It can be done by using a global configuration command IP space host hostname space IP underscore address. Now let's configure the host name as R1 and R1 config hash IP space host space ATY space 192.168.1.104. In order to display the mapping of host name to IP address, we use the show hosts command. r1 hash show space hosts. In order to verify for sure that the hostname have been resolved, we write the command ping r1 hash ping space 80y. The drawback of this method of name resolution is that we need to use static hostname to IP address mapping on each device. So as a solution of it, we can use DNS instead. Thanks everyone, stay tuned for the upcoming videos.